Greetings everybody and welcome back to the Minecraft progression series. In this series we go through the various updates of Minecraft, accomplish goals, and learn about all the changes as they occurred. Welcome to Minecraft INF 201000607. The changes of this update include signs, doors, and ladders. To craft a ladder, you make it like this. To craft a sign, you make it like this. And to craft a door, you make it like this. And as you can see, there's no windows yet. So, one thing that's cool about signs, although you can't place them on the walls yet, if you could hear my voice, my microphone clicking, my mouse clicking, they actually have collision, which is something they don't have in later updates. Sign placed on inf 201000607 by Xenobase. Happy. Yay. What? There we go. So they have collisions, so you actually can't walk past them. As you can see, I'm trying, but I can't. You actually have to go around them. And also, they're a lot bigger. Doors draw, and in addition, if you mine these, you get one wooden plank. I'm not going to show that off because I don't like wasting resources. Anyhow, the time to smelt an item has been increased from 4 seconds to 8 seconds. I should have left at least one iron ore open, but I guess, what can I do? Water texture now includes lava texture and fire texture, which is why you'll notice a weird outline with water. When I mine a sign, as you can see, it uses the particles for grass. Pretty cool. And lastly, if I place a door on glass, slabs, ladders, and signs, the door will break and drop too. Look. The first thing I'm going to do, while we wait for day to come, because it's still nighttime, is make an entire double chest of doors. The reason behind this, I really don't like wasting wood on doors. Hell yeah. We now have a door line of death. It's nice to know that sheep are spawning, but I can't go outside yet because these spiders are tracking me. We need to pick a direction and build. So we're going to go here. The actual halfway point is not here, but here. Therefore, we'll put a torch here. I'll add a torch here. And I will dig out this small tunnel. Give or take 81 blocks is good enough for the digging. And now, they're not tracking me anymore. We can take some time, very quickly, to harvest ourselves some wood and sand, because we have plenty of cobble, but no wood and sand. We have very little. We do have saplings, so we need to gather mostly sand, but I will be getting a few trees. Okay, so I grabbed 2 stacks of sand. I think that's enough for my purposes. If not, then I'll just mine more, but for now, I think we can get back to the plan. To be honest, for this playthrough, primarily, we're going to be using iron tools, and then in between every single episode, what you guys will not be seeing is me going on a tear in the mine shaft. I will take one strip mining trip every single episode off camera until I find a stack of diamonds. Not really a stack, just one vein of diamonds, and while I assume that it will make it suspicious because there's the famous, oh, I did some off-camera mining, trust me when I say that I don't off-camera mine like some of the old YouTubers. Some of those guys, they were cheating. Need to cut down another tree. This is not enough ladders. Yo, look at these tree sizes, though. This is massive tree. Look at that. Crazy. I really hope that the website is as true as it says, that it's a lot less frequent for the mobs to show up. I really hope that's true. Okay. I better not see anything. Not yet, anyway. Is that the right height? Yeah, it is. Let me get some dirt. Whoa, he's there. Spooky ass skeleton. This is so nerve-wracking. Just one arrow and I have to find my way back. At least now I've lit it up a bit, so it's not as pitch black as it was in episode 1. But it's still pretty bad. Those of you in the audience thinking, wow, this is taking you a really long time to do. Well, you see, there was no shifting yet, so I have to be very careful to not fall off. Where'd he go? Did he despawn? Okay, actually, this is still a really low mob spawn rate. Look at that. Nothing has spawned yet. That's crazy. Besides the one skeleton, he despawned. Okay, that's good. Crazy how much we take the shift button for granted, because, my goodness, it takes forever. But now we created an insulating barrier between us and the evil monsters, which means that they won't chase us. I just realized this is not centered at all. Okay. And I can't break this anymore because this sign was placed here. Yay. This is actually starting to creep me out. We are on hard. Okay. Where are the monsters at? I'm calling all the monsters as testimony for how long it used to take for things to do in this game. This one pillar took 10 minutes based on the duration of the sun cycle. And once that sun reaches above and this moon goes away, we'll be able to traverse the ground as if nothing happened. So the first thing we need to do is make this a round, well, a round approximating platform so that we can create a center for us to build in. This platform is going to be the host of the tree farm and the first storage room. The reason I say the first storage room is because there's going to be a lot of building in this series. And building in old Minecraft is limited, but also extremely fun. Yo, look how cool these trees are, man. The craziest part about this is that I know that all of this is going to be covered in snow. This is going to become a snow biome later on. And the reason I know this is because I've already tried this before. You will get the snow biome, I believe, in either 1.0, 1.9 pre-release beta, or 1.1, depending on which update your terrain decides to change in. I actually want to place a torch here, so in order to do that, you put the torch here, and it'll place it on the block. Okay, so now that's 7, 7, 7, 7, so we need to add the rest of the layer. Now that we've filled out 3 rows for each, we need to then create the circle. Yep. Well, at least the armor protects you from fall damage. Good to know, because that would have been killer otherwise. Now, I actually want to save this armor in a chest somewhere, just to call it the first pieces. Until we hit 1.0, I'm just going to let you guys all know right now, we're not going to be relying on armor. Genuine question, how did people get anything done back in the day? I'm being serious, man. I'm thinking about the mega structures I used to see, and also some of those people who do 100 days challenge in old Minecraft. How? I just want to know. I'm gonna need a lot more stone to do this. I know this is technically the second sword, but it's fine. When we get to 1.14, I'll make sure to get these full maxed enchanted with mending. Right, so just so you know, if you break a double slab, it only gives you 1 slab back. The circular pattern is finished. The next thing I'm going to want to do is make the guardrails. To make the guardrails, we are going to make an additional circle around the circle platform. This is surprisingly relaxing, just getting all this placed. One of my biggest sins in my previous survival videos is that I never tried to build anything aesthetic. I always tried to build for function rather than form. I'm going to do my best to dispel that notion about myself. and try to make things look real nice. Okay, that's 3 iron shovels worth of sand. Good enough. I'm also going to collect a stack of dirt for the tree farm. I need to pick a direction, and that direction is going to be the tree farm. For now, we don't need the tree farm to be too big. Maybe 6 by 6, that way we can get all the wood. We also need to encase things in glass. The way we're going to do this is just the same way we did it for Project Glass. We just build on top. 1. And... shoot, that's too high. That's too low. We need 1 above. And then... Project Glass will be here. If this seems like a huge waste of glass, trust me, I know what it looks like, but this is required. If we want this world to have any sort of longevity, we can't allow things to break. Once again, it is daytime and we still haven't finished the roof, and we have begun construction on the tree farm. I really like how these trees look, which is why I'm so hell-bent on making a tree farm this episode. Mostly because I think it'll allow me to preserve these cool-looking trees. Okay. We've broken a diamond tool, which means that we need to go mining again. Alright, everybody, it's been about 2 hours. We have found some more diamonds, man. Oh, I love finding diamonds. And the best part about finding diamonds is that you don't have to be too careful, simply because you know no cave spawn, and since no cave spawn, well, that means you can get away with being a little bit reckless. Time to show you guys the walk of doom. Man, look at how much freaking mining gets done, man. Look at how much traversal gets done. All the movement and other nonsense. But hey, man, it's just part of the plan, right? Dude, this is actually crazy. You can't even see the end. That's the craziest part. And I have the render distance on far. So we make a left. Man, there's something about this era of strip mining that is so pleasant. I know it's gonna sound weird, but the fact that there's no dirt, andesite, granite, tuff, and whatever other nonsensical block exists nowadays, the fact that it's just stone makes this so pleasant, man. I'm having so much fun strip mining. I don't record it because I've tried it in the past and nobody really likes watching it. I enjoy playing this. I love strip mining. I mean, to be honest, I'm a fan of repetitive... Do I have anything in here? No, I don't. I'm a fan of repetitive tasks in general. But I can imagine that a lot of people don't think it's very exciting to see this. Damn, man. There was so much mining going on. Look at this stone lines of death. Okay, this is the epitome of yearning for the mines. I know my way through because I dug this out myself, but I can imagine some of you might actually get lost in here if you get the world download. So be very careful, because this is a lot of chunks. If nothing else, below me there's no bedrock, which means that when we finally update to 1.18, we're gonna have a nice little void down there, and we can play some Skyblock Survival, huh? Yeah, that'll be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Mostly because, well, I will show off all the new updates. A lot of the new updates is mostly gonna be farming, because I don't ever want to leave my base. I think my base is too cool to leave. Damn, man. This is really crazy, though. Look at how much time is spent walking. Just look at the video. I probably have the caption underneath to tell you the timestamps. I must say, I'm actually quite good about getting stuff out of the Ferni. It's surprisingly simple. Look at this. This is what I spent mining, man. I hope you guys appreciate all this mining, because in all honesty, I think that I wouldn't do this in modern Minecraft. Modern Minecraft, the terrain generation is so bad, I don't ever want to do something like that. At least with this, I know I'm always getting stone, which makes the trip worth it. Then we make another left. And very soon, we're gonna finally hit the entrance. There's no stairs yet, so I can only jump, which, you know, kind of sucks, but hey, it is what it is. And I believe we have now made it back to the entrance. Yes, we did. Did you guys like the trip through the stone mine of doom? I thought it was cool. Then we need to build our Tower of Death. This tower is going to be our salvation and the death of the enemies. All of this for a diamond shovel. The next thing we have to do is complete the tree farm, I'm gonna use this specific floor in order to make the storage room in a later episode. One rule for this channel is going to be no AFK farms. Automatic farms are fine, but farms that require me to AFK are off limits. The reason for that is I'd rather just, you know, go into creative at that point and save myself on the electricity bill. But I'm not gonna go on creative and do that. And I don't want to just leave the game running for 12-ish hours on end. I think that's kind of lame. We've gotten the first 2, so this is 8 trees. Now, there is one issue, and that is the fact that we don't want, in the future, to have giant trees, because that's not good for harvesting. So, what we're going to do is we're going to build up like this. Once we head to the 5th one, we will put a stopper there. 1, 2, bam. And then we just build. You know, I think we're already at 40 days if this was a 100 days challenge. And that's why I don't like 100 days challenges, because it does not give you anywhere near enough time to do the things you want to do. And also, just to start the roof of this section, we're going to build glass this way. I'm not going to make the perimeter yet for this section, simply because I don't think that it's good to create limits. I want to say that unless I'm adding an extension to a room, I don't want to put a perimeter around it. To my knowledge, mobs can't spawn on torches, which is a good thing for me. We can now plant our saplings. And this should be the end of the episode, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Let me know if there's any project in particular you want me to do, because I am always on the hunt for ideas. If you do give me the idea, I'll put you as a sign somewhere to let people know who the idea is from. And I want to say thank you all so much for watching. Take care.